it's an exciting day. It's a great day, you know. But at the same time, you know, it's the start of a new season. You know, it's a blank slate, it's clean. So I mean, you know, there's endless possibilities. So yeah, it's always an exciting day.
Opening day is awesome, but the best is opening day in Seattle.
First baseman, number 17, Justice Smoke.
It's almost like you know, they run you out there like it's a parade or something, run the red carpet and stuff like that.
Cano, down the line, extra bases.
I love this game so much.
Cano, double play.
I always get excited, but I never get nervous.
Robinson Cano starting a beauty.
I love this game.
Welcome to T-Mobile Tuesday Night Baseball. From Safeco Field in Seattle, Washington, it's the home opener for the Seattle Mariners. The Angels in town as we get ready to get going. 81 of these bad boys here in this ballpark. We've waited a long time for 2014 opening night, and it's finally here. The roof is covering us from the elements outside here in Seattle, and we could not be happier to be at this ballpark. Hi, everybody. Dave Sims, along with Mike Blowers. We've got all our friends here at the ballpark and you at home, excited to see this ball club back, coming off an outstanding road trip to start the season.
Well, I think things have really fallen into place for the Mariners here. You look at the road trip. It was a successful road trip in their own division, and then Justin Smoke, I think, said it great. Opening day is the best, but it is the absolute best here at home.
No question.
And I think the guys are excited about it. It was great that they had a day off yesterday to get settled in, but it's a large crowd here tonight, so they're going to get a taste of it here on the first day at home.
A lot of Seattle love in the building with the Seahawks here and with the Mariners back home. It is, as Lloyd McClendon said, this is the real opening day. This is what happened opening the season last week. Great job by the ball club in Anaheim.
Well, they dominated in Anaheim. You look at the numbers across the board. I like the runners in scoring position. The Mariners hitting .429. But how about the Mariners pitching, holding the Angels to an .053 batting average? That was huge. You look at the bullpen ERA, Mariners much better. But that's the beauty of the big leagues. Here's another set. You got 2 more games against these guys here today. So all of that was great back then, but they have to continue the good play here at home.
Angels come in feeling good about themselves. They had a weekend wraparound series. They took 3 out of 4, scored a lot of runs down there in Houston, outscoring the Astros 29-19. There's Mike Scioscia with the umpiring crew, and Lloyd McClendon going to be the manager for his first home game here in Seattle. And you can't help but love the buzz in this building, the buzz in the whole Northwest.
And I think a big part of it is Lloyd McClendon. Him just telling the guys, go out, play with confidence, freeing them up to run all over the place, swing 3-0, do whatever it is that you do, and I'll have your back. And we've seen that from him a couple of times. I think it's really been exceptional.
Mariners taking the field under the sights and sound of the fireworks and thunder. We take a look at the Mariners opposition tonight, the Angels. Here's their lineup that'll face young James Paxton.
For manager Mike Scioscia leading off, it'll be Cole Calhoun. Then, of course, Mike Trout. Everybody knows about him. Albert Pujols. David Freese, newcomer from the Cardinals. He will hit cleanup. Josh Hamilton off to a great start this year, hitting an even .500 with a couple of home runs. Then it's Kendrick, former Mariner. Raul Ibanez hitting 7th. He'll be the DH tonight. Chris Iannetta, the catcher. And then Eric Ibar rounding out the 9 for the Angels. Take a look at James Paxton and what he did last year. 4 starts for him. Just a 3-0 record with a 1.5 ERA. And he has picked up from those numbers. Opponents average just 172 against Paxton last year when he was called up in September. And a look at the defense tonight for the Mariners. Ackley getting the start in left field. Almonte out in center. Stephen Romero going to get the start in right. Then it's Seager at third. Miller and Cano playing up the middle. Justin Smoke, your first baseman tonight, and Mike Zunino will do the catching. James Paxton, his last outing, season opener, was against these Angels, and you can see what he ended up doing in that outing. He went 7 innings, did not give up a run, had 9 strikeouts over 7 innings, just a couple of walks. The Angels hit .091 against Paxton. He was dominant in his first outing of the year.
We are ready for action. It's James Paxton out of Richmond, British Columbia. That's where he was born. And he's from Ladner, BC. And Robinson Cano, his first action as a Mariner here at Safeco Field. Seahawks still taking their bows with the Vince Lombardi Trophy down on the field with their head coach Pete Carroll. They're skedaddling now, and we are ready for some baseball action here at Safeco Field. Paxton's so impressive, Mike. The poise that he's shown in his early going. 5 starts, 4-0 record with a 1.16 ERA.
I had some people asking me today, knowing that this was going to be a sellout crowd, a huge crowd here at Safeco, how would he handle that? And I told him just what you said. He seems unflappable. I don't think he even notices the people in the stands. He just goes about his business. He was excellent last year, had a nice spring training, and was dominant in his first outing. So he's on quite a roll right now.
Closed the roof this afternoon. What was it, about 3:45, 4 o'clock. And we're ready for action. Here's the first pitch of the 2014 home season. And it's in there for a called strike one. Nicole Calhoun. Home plate umpire tonight, Mike Malinsky. Mike Winters at first, Andy Fletcher at second, and Seth Buckminster at third. Swing and a miss by Calhoun. 1 for 3 last Wednesday against Paxton. 56 degrees. A lot of rain earlier. His fans are happy to be inside and dry. Put it in play with a weak swing. And here's Miller throwing out Calhoun. 1 out.
Something you like to see from Paxton, throwing strikes right away. All 3 pitches, strikes. Looks like he has good command of his fastball here. His fastball will be in the low to mid 90s at times. Good hard slider and a changeup. And also mix in an occasional cutter.
Here's Mike Trout. Just 4 for 17 at Houston.
Well, he was one of the few Angels that had some success against the Mariner pitching when we were in Anaheim. 4 for 10, including a home run. Definitely want to keep him off the bases with his speed. He can be disruptive to your defense. But Paxton again quickly out in front, 0-2.
He is not afraid to pound that strike zone. Plays Trout straight away. The 0-2. Didn't miss by much as we look at the EQC tracer.
Good fastball, 95 miles an hour, pitching inside to Trout. Just missed the inside corner.
1-2 pitch. Cano just missed. Base hit. A nice hitting by Trout behind 1 and 2. It'll bring up Albert Pujols.
And Paxton wanted to go back inside. He ends up leaving this pitch out over the plate. As you look at our McDonald's Supermo and the diving effort by Robinson Cano. I think if he gets it back inside, Cano was playing up the middle. That's where they had him defense to pitch him inside. But that last fastball out over the plate.
There's Pujols, 4 for 18 down in Houston. Angels won 3 out of 4. Albert 0 for 3 last week against Paxton, and Mariners held him in check, 2 for 12. High drive, left field. That ball's gone. Albert Pujols with his first homer of the season. No doubt about it, gives the Angels an early 2-0 lead. Albert got all over that pitch from James Paxton.
Well, I think it goes to the advantage of the hitters to see the same pitcher inside of a week, but he misses his spot. You can see Zunino again set up inside. Last couple of fastballs, James hasn't been able to get inside. That one up and out over the plate, and Pujols jumped all over it. So James is going to have to bury that pitch inside.
Two nothing. As you look at David Freese, World Series hero a couple of years ago with the St. Louis Cardinals, his hometown team. Backing up Almonte straight away. It's slicing towards his right, and that is gone. So Paxton gives up back-to-back jacks here in the first inning. Freeze with his first homer. RBI number 3. Got it on an 0-1 pitch. First time the Angels this season have gone back-to-back in the home run category.
Take another look at this pitch. Wants this pitch away, and you can see on our EQC tracer it's center cut again and up. Typically James pitches down, but a couple of pitches, fastballs up out over the plate. Rick Waits, the pitching coach, came right out of the dugout. Message, I'm sure, is to get him back down, get the ball on the ground if you can. So what started off in good shape for Paxton, gets an out on 3 pitches, and then quickly ahead of Mike Trout. Now he's down 3-0 here in the first with just 1 out.
He's going to have to rally now. And Josh Hamilton's been swinging a very hot bat. Co-player of the week in the American League, 9 for 14 down in Houston. To left field. Here comes Ackley. Coming on and makes the catch. 2 outs.
Dustin playing out towards left center field. Ball dying, fading a little bit. Good concentration from Ackley. Mariners outfield can cover some ground with Ackley in left, Almonte in center. Tonight it'll be Romero in right.
Being aggressive down the line. Romero getting a chance, and he makes the play. Stephen Romero, the rookie out of Oregon State, in his home debut, makes a fine play to end the top of the first, where the Angels have a 3-0 lead.
Miss that interview everyone's talking about? Just click the podcast page at 710sports.com.
Before the fans can settle into their seats, the Angels have jumped out to a 3-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Abraham Almonte leads it off. Here's the pitch by Hector Santiago. Fastball for a strike, 0-1. And I mean, if you just tuned in, Albert Pujols belted a long 2-run home run, and David Freese a solo blast to center. The next pitch, strike 2 called, and Almonte 0-2. Hector Santiago getting his second start of the year and his second against Seattle already, 0-1. Lost game 3 in Anaheim. The windup and the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and a fastball for strike 3. So 1 out for the Mariners here in the bottom of the first inning. Well, tonight's Environment Report is brought to you by Eco Products. Eco Products Compostables, leading the movement for zero waste at Safeco Field and around the world. Game time temperature 56 degrees, raining outside. The roof is closed. Here's shortstop Brad Miller. Mariners trying to chip away at that early Angel lead. Santiago, the southpaw, delivers, and it's inside for ball one. Brad Miller hitting .250, a couple of home runs. Both came in one game against the Angels in Anaheim. 5 RBIs. Next pitch, fastball, strike called, belt high, outside corner, 1-1. Santiago in that start last Wednesday against the Mariners went 5+ innings. Gave up 4 runs on 7 hits, walked 2 in the first. Here's the pitch, swinging a foul off the screen behind home plate, and it's 1-2. And he struck out 4. He threw a lot of pitches in that ball game. He was in trouble early, trouble in 4 of the 6 innings that he pitched in.
And it seems like Ricky's throwing harder tonight. We've seen him 95, 96. Seems like last time he was more maybe 92, 93. Velocity's a little up.
Now the 1-2, swinging a foul out of play on the third base side. Count is still a ball and 2 strikes. Miller on deck, second baseman Robinson Cano. He's pumped up. Sellout crowd tonight here at Safeco Field, opening game of the season at home. Here's the windup and the 1-2 offer. High, ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Remember, on opening night at Anaheim, the Angels had a quick 2-0 lead. The home run by Trout came back to win that ball game 10-3. The windup and the 2-2. Swing and a foul back behind home plate. In front of us, off to our left, and the count is still 2-2 on Miller.
And that home run from Trout was eerily similar to the one we saw tonight from Pujols on a line to left.
Albert's home run cleared the out-of-town scoreboard in left field. Way out. The windup, and again the 2-2 to Miller. Check swing and a breaking ball low and outside in the dirt for ball 3. Full count 3-2. Glad to see before the ball game the Mariners honor a good friend of ours, Eddie O'Brien, who passed away a couple of months ago. Eddie was 83 years of age. Huge sports figure here in Seattle. Here's the pitch on the way. Fastball, and it's inside for ball 4. So Brad Miller with a walk. He's on at first base with 1 out. Eddie and Johnny O'Brien, the twins, came here back in the 1950s to star at Seattle University on the basketball team. They signed with the Pittsburgh Pirates, both of them in 1953. Made it to the big leagues, both of them. And sadly to say that Eddie passed away a few months ago. Great friend of ours. Eddie, after his playing days of the major leagues, came back to become the longtime athletic director at Seattle University. Passed away at the age of 83. Sure going to miss Eddie O'Brien. Here is Robinson Cano, the stretch of the pitch on the way, and he takes outside for ball 1. Cano started off the season with a 6-game hitting streak, 9 for 23, batting .391. No home runs and a couple of runs batted in. He had a leg double last Sunday in Oakland. On deck, Justin Smoke. Miller lead at first, held on by Albert Pujols. Santiago from the set, and the left-hander's 1-0 pitch. Swing and a foul, back and out of play by Cano, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. And he got one of the loudest ovations during the pregame introductions of the players here at Safeco Field. Coaching down at third base, Rich Donnelly, Andy Van Slyke coaches at first base. Mariners wearing their home whites for the first time this year. Here's the stretch, and now time is called. Santiago backs away off the rubber. Cano back up there. Santiago taking some time. Miller lead at first base. The stretch and the 1-1, swinging a ground ball to the second baseman. Kendrick over to second, 1. The relay to first base, not in time for the for the double play. 4-6-3, and that will retire the side. In the bottom of the first inning for the Mariners, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We go to the top half of the second here at Safeco Field. The home opener, Angels lead 3-0.
You got a lot from your Subaru. And more at 710sports.com and 710 ESPN Seattle.
It's the Angels 3 and the Mariners nothing as we go to the top half of inning number 2. And designated hitter, a good friend of ours, Raul Ibanez, will lead it off for the Angels. James Paxton, the windup and the pitch, swing and a miss. At a fastball 0-1. Ibanez batting .217. A home run and 7 runs batted in. Now the windup and the 0-1 pitch. Blown outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Mariners have the shift on for Raul, a left-handed hitter, as you know. Third baseman Kyle Seager is on the other side of second base. Miller still out there at shortstop. Here's the pitch on the way. Low in the dirt for ball 2. 2-1 on Ibanez, who is just 2 hits shy of 2,000 hits in his major league career. Paxton ready, back with the 2-1. Swing and a ground ball wide of first. Up with the ball though is Smokey's got it. Takes it to the bag in time for the force on Ibanez. And there's one away and a nice play by Justin Smoke. 3-0 Angels, top half of the second. Let's pause for station identification time. This is the Alaska Airlines Mariners Radio Network.
Hey Mariner fans, it's Danny O'Neill from the Brock and Danny Show. Was it worth the wait for the Mariners to start off at home? We'll recap everything that happened in the home debut tomorrow. It's Brock and Danny. We start at 9 on 710 ESPN KIRO AM Seattle.
Here's catcher Chris Iannetta swinging, and he fouls one back behind the plate after it takes the mask off the face of catcher Mike Zunino, and the count is 0-1. And just by watching the Angels early in this ball game, they have a game plan against Paxton there, attacking his fastball early in the count. Here's the windup and the 0-1 pitch, and that fastball is down low in the dirt for ball 1. 1-1. Pujols hit the second pitch to him for the home run to left field. David Freese hit the second pitch for a home run to center. Hamilton went after the second pitch, flew out to Ackley down the line and left. Here's the pitch, curve inside, ball 2. 2-1 on Iannetta. And then Howie Kendrick in the first inning jumped on a first pitch and flew out to Romero in right field. So they're aggressive early in the count, Aaron.
You can understand why.
Next offer, swinging a foul ball out of play down the right field side. 2-2 the count on Iannetta.
They've seen firsthand Paxton's got put away stuff. He got ahead of Mike Trout 0-2, threw him a cutter with some tilt to it, and that resulted in a ground out to Brad Miller at shortstop. Paxton's got the stuff. If you fall behind, it can get awfully sticky.
And now the 2-2 swing, and it's popped up down the right field line, shallow, long run, Smoke, foul ground, still going back near their seats, and he's there to make the catch. Justin Smoke covering a lot of ground down that right field line, gets a swat of the back by Robinson Cano. He makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Well, the Supreme Court is back in session this Friday. King Felix makes his season debut at Safeco, and we're going to be celebrating with another ballpark-wide Supreme Court. Enjoy $12 view and $25 select main and terrace club level seats. Plus, the first 25,000 fans take home a Supreme Court t-shirt and K-card tickets at Mariners.com. Here's Eric Ibar swinging. Little tapper roller along the third base line. Picked up by Paxton. Wheels, throws to first in time to get Ibar, and that will end the inning. Paxton with a 1-2-3 top half of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Angels 3 and the Mariners nothing. Say, friends, with all of my
with another ballpark-wide Supreme Court. Enjoy $12 view and $25 select main and terrace club level seats. Plus, the first 25,000 fans are going to take home a Supreme Court t-shirt and a K card. So get your tickets at Mariners.com. Leading off for the Mariners is Justin Smoke. Smoke, a .333 hitter, right-handed. 3 for 9 on the season in the first week. .292 overall. And second in the American League in RBIs with 8 behind Chris Colabello. The journeyman off to a good start with Minnesota.
I think it's great to see Justin get off to the start that he's on, hitting behind Cano. Solid start, .292 average, and as you mentioned, so far here in the early going, much improved from the right side.
Fly ball deep to right, playable for Cole Calhoun. 1 out. I'll bring up Corey Hart making his Safeco Field Mariner debut. There's Corey, 9th opening day. And said this is opening night. Always delivers a buzz, especially at home. You're able to get back into your routine. And you can speak to that, right, Mike?
Absolutely. I thought it was great, again, that the guys had a day off yesterday to get settled in.
How about the back-to-back? Our Seattle Light power play, April 2nd, back-to-back jacks here, Smoke and Hart. That was a wonderful sight to see as Corey got his first Mariner home run.
Mariner fans hoping to see a lot of that.
Corey behind, 0-2. Corey coming back from double micro fracture surgery on both knees as he Ks quickly 2 outs. Santiago, his second strikeout. Time now for our Century Link to what's next coming up on Friday. The aforementioned matchup with Felix Hernandez taking on Tommy Malone. Malone has pitched well over the last couple of years against the Mariners. Here's Kyle Seager. Talking to Howard Johnson, hitting coach. Likes the progress guys are making. Said Kyle's on the right track, but he and a couple other guys don't want to look up at that board and see the batting average. You can relate to that, right? Been there?
That's always the toughest part early in the season. You go up there, you have 20 or 30 at bats, and you know in the back of your mind that just one good day or a couple of days and it all straightens out. But you also know what it says up on that board. You wish they didn't put it up there for the first couple of weeks, give you a chance to get your feet on the ground, but it is what it is. Kyle off to a little bit of a slow start. I'm not worried about Kyle at all. He's been probably their most consistent player over the last few years.
Absolutely.
And he's also one of the harder workers that you're going to find on this club. There's Howard Johnson. He'll get it going.
Team MVP, Kyle Seager, the last couple of years. Ball with 2 strikes, 2 outs. Angels lead on an Albert Pujols 2-run shot, followed immediately by a solo blast from David Freese. First home run for Albert, first home run for David. 1-2. Breaking ball popped out. Freese taking a look. And no play.
Santiago is a different looking pitcher than the one that we saw in Anaheim. He was all over the place, but right now he's throwing a lot of strikes. 25 pitches, 17 strikes.
The confidence level is 180 from last week because you could see him searching. Remember a couple of the 26 inning, a 26 pitch first inning.
Right.
I mean, he couldn't find it.
No, he could not. I just think that he's just his mindset coming in is he was going to be aggressive, and that's what he's been here today. He's gone right after the guys his first time through.
Santiago, 26 years old, out of Newark, New Jersey.
Again, he has a good arm. As you take a look at his numbers, they were not good in his first outing of the year, but he looks like a completely different guy right now.
2-2. Just outside, EQC Tracer. 2 outs. Stephan Romero. hoping he can make his Safeco Field debut right after this. Up high, and he will. Second walk issued by Santiago. Stephen Romero, last time he saw Santiago, got his first major league hit, base hit the center in the 4th inning down in Anaheim on Wednesday the 2nd of April.
This is his 3rd start of the season. .286 with an RBI.
Very impressive spring. Mariners needed an extra right-hand bat, very left-handed ball club. And this young man jumped to the 4. And he saw it coming in, talking to him down in Arizona. He was watching transactions like we do. No veteran right-hander in addition to Corey Hart.
If you pay attention at all, Jack Zaremba came right out going into spring training saying that they were looking for a right-handed bat. And this young man, he said, "Why don't you look at me? I'm here in camp," and had just a really good spring.
Ooh, that hit him or go behind.
Yeah.
And he did all that after the 0 for 16 start.
0 for 16 start and was able to dig himself out of that hole and make this team. He almost throws his pitch behind Romero. Maybe gets the back part of his leg.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank goodness he's got a little bit of a billow to his trousers there.
That's a 93-mile-an-hour fastball.
Hope it got more pant than it got thigh. Looked like it did.
Yeah.
Tying run to the plate here, Dustin Ackley. Mike Scioscia in his 15th year. Dean of all major league managers right now. And our best wishes go out to Don Baylor.
Yes.
Injured last week, catching ceremonial first pitch from Vladdy Guerrero. Broke his femur. Don, one of the great guys in baseball ever. Ackley with 2 on. Outside, ball 1.
Dustin, 292 with a home run and 6 RBIs. He's been productive hitting down at the bottom of the lineup. Lloyd McClendon has hit him 7th and 8th here early in the season, and he's responded. Had his first home run in Oakland of the season. See what he's done with runners in scoring position, 2 outs. Mariners as a team have done a good job in that, but he's 2 for 2.
There's Lloyd. Met with the media today about 2:30. Just exuding that quiet confidence. He had a day in the Little League World Series when Williamsport, 5 swings, 5 bombs. Gary, Indiana. Ackley ahead 1-0. Couple of men aboard. Mariners down 3-0. Ackley takes 1-1. Crowd ready to erupt here at Safeco Field. 1-1 to Ackley. Up high, 2-1. And again, the Mariners threatening with 2 outs. They did a whale of a job first week with 2-out RBIs, and that's a carryover from spring training. Really nice job. Looking for the first hit. Plays on. Ooh, boy. He's going to throw it. Might have been close.
Well, we know Ibar, the shortstop for the Angels. He's constantly going to make you think out there, and he'll sneak in behind you. Veteran shortstop.
He's a good one. After a fly ball and a strike on a walk, and then the first Mariner to get hit by a pitch. Mariners threatened with 2 outs, 2 on. Strike to Ackley, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, it didn't have to be. That looked like it was borderline pitch. Dustin didn't like the call. You can see on our EQC tracer just off the plate away.
Mike Malinsky, the home plate umpire. This is Wild with 2 outs, 2 on, and a 2-2 count. Worked a full count.
Runners in scoring position. You look at the Mariners. .333 average, tied with Texas.
About 100 points better than where they finished last year.
Interesting to see the top three all in the West. Texas, the Mariners, and Oakland.
Here. Big pitch, 3-2 here to Ackley with 2 on, runners go. Swung on and missed, struck him out, and that'll do it for that threat in the second inning. They leave 2. Angels lead at 3-0. On Root Sports, being brought to you by Ford. We are local. By AM PM, too much good stuff. By AT&T, rethink possible. And by the Emerald Queen Casino. Get ready to rock and roll with Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo, her husband, April 26th. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. Flight north from Oakland. It was really good to see that Mount Shasta there. Really good to see Seattle coming up on our sights. Cole Calhoun as we get back to the top of the order here in the third. Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols.
Yep, second time through the lineup for the Angels. Second time they've seen Paxton in a week. There's a good off-speed pitch from Paxton. Throw a lot of fastballs in the first inning. Missed his spot a couple of times, and costing him with home runs from Pujols and Freese. But he has settled down since. Retired 5 in a row. Take a pitch down in that area on an EQC tracer. That last pitch down. Stay down there. I think I'm hit it on the ground. Good pitch.
Swing and a miss. Picks up his first strikeout. 1 out. Here in the third. Take your family out to the ball game and save. Join us here at Safeco and Field at Safeco Insurance Grand Slam Family Package Nights, where each member of the family is going to get a ticket, a hot dog, and a Pepsi for only $15. First event of the season tomorrow night, 7:10 start time against these Angels. Go to Mariners.com for your tickets. Love this big crowd. They were totally stoked with the wonderful pregame ceremonies. I love the Make-A-Wish kid running around the base. I think you can't top that. And then today, they had the Seahawks, the Vince Lombardi Trophy. Good stuff. Trout. Looks at ball 1-1. Saw Trout as I was going into the clubhouse. He was getting his hair cut. I popped my head in there. He said, "Yo, dude, I saw the box jump. You jump on that box 6 feet." I said, "Where'd that come about?" He said, "It's just the trainer." He said, "Why don't you just try it for laughs?" For laughs. And the guy jumps almost 6 feet from a standing jump.
Did he say how long ago it was?
It was, I think it was coming out of last season.
Okay.
As Cano throws him out. They said I'd seen J.J. Watt at the Houston Texans do that. He's 6'6", 295, and he did it.
I would guess that the Angels front office, after they saw it, they probably went down and recommended that he not try that anymore.
It's on tape. It's on YouTube. Way to go. That's it.
That's it.
But it is remarkable. I showed it to you last week. It's absolutely remarkable.
It really is.
Standing jumps about 6 feet onto it. Big chair, big tabletop. As Albert got a pitch up in his eyes.
Up out over the plate. Remember last year Albert struggling. He came in here and hit some home runs, so he likes hitting in Safeco Field. Paxton's going to have to make some good pitches down in the zone to him.
Remember that he came in and he went into the pen out there.
I think he homered in 3 straight games.
Yep. He had one in a pen, one in a bullpen. He's a lot healthier this year than he was last year, and he had plantar fasciitis and knee issues. 2 balls, 1 strike.
A slow first week for him. Came into the game hitting 200 with just 1 RBI.
2 outs, nobody on. It's 3-1 here to Albert with Freeze on deck. Down to Seager. Gobbles it up. 1, 2, 3 go the Angels in the 3rd. Nice play by Kyle Seager. See if the Mariners can get something cranking with Mike Zunino, Abraham Almonte, and Brad Miller when we get back. Great to have you with us. The home opener for the Mariners here in Seattle. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers. Good to see all our members of the Root Sports crew here in town and in the building. Good to be back. Mike Zunino to lead it off. It's Hector Santiago. Santiago so far with 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. Has not given up a hit yet. Zunino 1 for 2 against Hector. Pops this one foul.
Well, first time through the lineup, Santiago has shown the Mariners a lot of fastballs. 39 pitches, 87% of the pitches fastballs. So he has been aggressive going right after him.
Bounced that one up there. 2-1. Boy, it's totally different body language. It's like he's breathing today. When we saw him last week, he was so jacked he couldn't throw a strike. It seemed like in that first inning. 2-1. Count evens.
Again, another fastball. 40 pitches, 23 strikes for Santiago. for you this year with our Supermo. A lot of people like the Supermo, so we'll have a couple of good looks for you.
Here's Almonte as we get back to the top of the order. Lloyd McClendon very excited about this young man, and Mike, you'll appreciate this. He said it reminds him. He was asked the question. I think John McGrath from the Tacoma News Tribune asked this question, or it was Ryan Differs, but it was a good question. Who does he remind you of? Talking about Almonte. And Lloyd said, how about Ron LaFleur? Power runner, power to all fields. I thought that was a pretty good comparison. Ron LaFleur.
I know who he is. I didn't get a chance to see him play. Ron LaFleur. Didn't see him play. You're looking at me like, really? Really, I didn't.
Detroit, Montreal, and the White Sox. I'm a lot older than you. I keep forgetting
that. Sorry, partner.
Good player. 287, 59 homers. How about this? 455 stolen bases. Similar build, but Almonte takes a called third strike right here. It is now time for you to tweet your photos using the hashtag Mariners fan photo for a chance to have it shown later in the game. It's brought to you by AT&T. Yeah, I held up the incredulous card. I apologize for that.
That's all right.
Well, LaFleur's a pretty good player. Detroit, Montreal, and the White Sox. 76 All-Star.
I think the biggest point to it all is he's been able to get off to a good start.
Yeah.
Almonte, 280 with a home run and 5 RBIs at the start of the game. And he brings an element of speed to this team. He's going to push the envelope at times, and Lloyd also addressed that. He said, you know, it's going to happen, but he's a young player, and we'll let him know what's going on and talk to him and teach him, but he wants him to be aggressive. And that's the message I consistently heard.
Yeah.
Is he wants these guys to be as, oh, there he goes, that's a strike. Well, I thought he fouled it off.
So did I. I heard it. I thought for sure that was a foul off.
There'll be a strikeout in a wild pitch.
How about that? I wrote that was a foul ball. Didn't you hear it? Didn't it sound like he ticked him?
I thought so, yes. That's why I was surprised. And Brad didn't take off right away. We'll take a look at our McDonald's Supermo. There's the swing.
That's what
look,
I
I
heard.
hit the umpire,
Yeah,
maybe.
that's what.
Off the glove and then the umpire's shin guard.
There you go.
This will be a better look at it. Yep, right off the shin guard.
No, I'd heard something, and that's what it was. So it keeps the door open here for the Mariners. Here's Cano. Bounced into a double play his first time. Ball one. Cano ahead in the count, 2-0. Associates Ball Club swept by these Mariners to open up the season, being outscored 26-8. Then they go to Houston, take 3 out of 4 from the Astros, and outscore them 29-10. Good count for Cano. 3-0. Preston Smoke's on deck. I saw Smoke go 3-0 last week. 3-0 to Cano. Ball 4. Third walk issue by Santiago. He struck out 5. Mariners have 2 on again. They had 2 outs and 2 on in the second.
Justin Smoke flying out to right field his first time up. Leads the club in RBIs. Smoke with 8 RBIs and a couple of home runs.
Find out a lot about Smoke this month. His first month, the adjustment, having Cano in front of him, been put in a lot of situations. He's come through quite nicely here, second only to Colabello of Minnesota in RBIs. Starting today, Colabello with 8, Colabello with 11, and Smoke with 8. Way inside, ball 1.
Well, I think that if you go into it with the mindset that, you know what, you're going to get a lot of opportunities and look forward to having all those opportunities to drive in runs. With Cano hitting in front of him, he has a real chance to drive in 100 runs this year if he's productive, and so far he has, which I think is also a key for him to get his confidence up, get him going. But what an opportunity for him.
Positive mental approach.
It. That's exactly right.
1-0. There's a strike. Count evens at 1-1. Game number 7 for the Mariners. They're in first place starting today. Half game up on Oakland. Game and a half up on Texas, Houston, and the Angels. 1-1 here to Smoke. Big swing. Sounded like a foul tip into the glove of Iannetta. Ball and 2 strikes.
It's a high fastball. You can see all 3 pitches on our EQC tracer. All 3 pitches inside, and this pitch is inside. As you look at our McDonald's Super Mode, he's going to swing right under the fastball, a little bit late on it. Probably because it was elevated, tougher for him to get to. It looked like he was trying to tie the game up, but why not with 2 outs?
Pretty good wheels out there with Miller and Cano. A 1-2 count to Smoke with 2 outs. Base hit, left center field. Miller will score. Cano digging to third. He'll get there easily. Another RBI for Justin Smoke, and the Mariners on the board. 3-1 Angels. First hit of the ball game, and for Smoke, his 9th RBI.
Well, we talked about Justin. They keep trying to pitch him inside, but this time Santiago makes the mistake, leaves the pitch out over the plate, and Justin hits it hard back up the middle. It's great to see him swinging the bat aggressively, doing some damage here early in the season.
We always talk about getting off to a good start. Wow, onward and upward.
And he had a solid spring, and you just like to see him get out and build on it. Ackley has done the same thing. Both of them off to good starts. I think it's important for him and the team. And you can see why Justin now with his 9th RBI. Here's just the 7th game of the season.
Again, a 2-out RBI, Mike.
Well, that's an area where they've struggled in the last few years. Much improved here in the first week of the season. You hope that continues.
Corey Hart struck out on 3 pitches. He's got runners at the corners. Corey representing the go-ahead run. Looks at strike 1.
Playing him to pull on the infield, so this big hole back up the middle. There you can see it. A lot of room for a ground ball to sneak through there and pick up another run.
Foul. 0-2. To Hart. Popped it up. Did not come back to David Freese. Such an all-star catcher in his day. Probably glad he played the era when he did, because now he can't drop that knee blocking home plate the way he used to. No can do. 2 outs, 2 on, and 0-2 count to Hart. Breaking ball hit foul. Corey Hart with some big years in Milwaukee. 30 home runs in 2012, 26 in 2011, 2010 he had 31. Great run is one of the fine power hitters in the National League. Here's the 0-2. Here's a drive deep left field. Going back, and the Mariners have the lead on a home run by Corey Hart. Another two-out knock by the Mariners, who lead 4-3.
Not just the two-out hits they've been getting, but they've been getting a lot of extra base hits, and this will clean them all up to give the Mariners the lead. Corey Hart finally gets a fastball that he can handle. It's a good fastball at 95 miles an hour, but he cuts it off at the pass and hits it out into Edgar's Cantina in left field to give the Mariners the lead. So his second home run of the year.
Here's Kyle Seager. He lines one, right field, into the corner, extra bases for Kyle. Out of the box hard. Here's Calhoun's throw. It is not in time. 3 consecutive two-out hits by the Mariners. They figured out Santiago here in this inning.
Well, we said it. He was throwing a lot of pitches, and the Mariners been able to jump on some fastballs, a lot of fastballs early in the game, and he jumps on a fastball. It's in the corner. Good slide by Kyle, diving wide to reach that back corner, making a longer tag for Ibar to try to get to him on the throw from Calhoun and right. And he's in there with another runner in scoring position.
Here's Romero, hit by a pitch his first time up. 4-3 Mariners. Looks at a strike. Mariners held hitless in the first 2 innings. Now they've got 4 runs on 3 hits. The runner at second and 2 down. Good 0-2 hitting by Corey Hart. 3-run home. This one popped up. Pujols will take a look. And he makes the play, and that'll do it. Mariners send 7 to the plate, score 4 times on 3 hits. The big blow, a 3-run jack by Corey Hart. Mariners lead 4-3. A big part of it, a 3-run jack by Corey Hart to put the Mariners on top here at home. 40 years ago tonight, where were you? Al Downing on the mound for the Dodgers, and the hammer goes deep with number 715. Tom House, one-time Mariner, came up with the ball. And Mr. Aaron circled the bases after breaking probably the most prestigious record in American pro sports, the all-time home run leader at the time. I was reading up on Henry, and Howard Bryant wrote a wonderful book about him. And one of the facts that came out, I saw today, when he was signed by the Boston Braves, they hadn't quite moved to Milwaukee yet. Here's David Freese. The hammer could have been in the same outfield with Willie Mays, except the Braves offered him $50 more in his sign-up than the Giants. I was like, wow, I didn't know that one.
$50 that was well spent.
Man, can you imagine that batting order with Hammer and Say Hey Willie? Woo. 1-1.
I tell you, looking at some of the numbers today, Hank Aaron, if you have never looked at his numbers, everybody talks about the home runs for good reason, but across the board with him, and I was looking at all those numbers and where he stacks up in his career. And the thing that was impressive to me, 25 All-Star appearances, 25 of them. And somehow, and I can't figure it out, but they showed him going into the Hall of Fame, and it's still 97.8% or something. Who didn't make him?
Don't get me started on that.
I mean, really?
That's ridiculous.
Oh.
Yeah, that's just, it's unconscionable.
And we all look forward to Junior going in.
Absolutely, and we look forward to getting a chance to speak with Mr. Aaron. We're going to be down in Atlanta as Freese strikes out. Nice work there by Paxton, who was behind 2-1. It comes back and get a strikeout. That's his second. Well, we look forward to sitting down with Mr. Aaron when we go down to Atlanta. Be down there in early June.
For a young player, is one of the big thrills for me, Dave, when I was in the minor leagues and going to the instructional league in West Palm Beach, Florida, and going out on one of the backfields to play an early morning game.
Right.
And we were playing the Braves that day, and it was Hank Aaron that was sitting out there, he had just a regular old lawn chair, just sitting there watching the game, and it was just to see player after player after player walk by, say hello, just to shake his hand.
Absolutely,
was a thrill.
That one time at NBC, 86, 87, thereabouts. It's Hamilton. Boy, weak wave there. Paxton's got a lead, finding a groove here. 2 outs.
Take a look at the last swing. Looked like a cut fastball, and Hamilton well out in front of it. Is a good look from our McDonald Supermo. Paxton now is retired 10 in a row after giving up the solo home run to Freese. He misses that by a pretty good margin. A little cut fastball at 90.
Last pitch at 94. Fouled off by Howie Kendrick. Fly out to right. Mr. Aaron is as nice a man as you ever want to meet. And you know what's amazing? It continues to amaze me. I've seen it and read it a million times, but he saved all of that hate. There you go. 1-1 to count to Howie Kendrick. Grew up in a different time down in Mobile, Alabama. 1-1 to Kendrick. Just like last week when we talked about a switch being flipped by Felix Hernandez after the home run by Trout. Looks like he's picked up a little surge of energy here now that the ball club's giving him a lead.
Talk about it all the time, and it seems to remain true in this game when you have guys that are talented as Paxton is. If you're going to get to him early, or he's going to settle in.
Nice breaking ball as Paxton strikes out the side. He's got 4 Ks on the night, and we go to the home fourth. The Mariners up a run. Men to the plate, 4 runs on 3 hits in the 3rd inning. And all the damage coming with 2 outs. Big blow, a 3-run shot by Corey Hart. Puts him out front. Here's Dustin Ackley for the 2nd time. And he looks at strike 1. Dustin struck out on a 3-2 pitch to end the 2nd inning. He's behind 0-2. It'll be Ackley, Zunino, and Almonte, 8, 9, and 1 here in the 4th inning. Michael Cohn, saw him last week in Anaheim, way outside, ball 1. Mike Scioscia, pitching coach Mike Butcher in the glasses there, 1-2. This one pops straight up. Iannetta for the first out. Here's Angie Mentic.
Well, guys, it is Twitter Tuesday, and earlier we asked you who was going to lead off the 4th inning for the Mariners, and the answer is Dustin Ackley. So if you had that, you are in the running for a Root Sports prize pack. Now, our second question is this, and we need you to use hashtag RootQT and tell us which team Hank Aaron hit his 755th and final MLB home run against. It was back in 1976, and longtime Mariner fans might know the answer because over the years, this story has been told a time or two. Gentlemen?
All right, Angie, thank you very much. 0-1 to Mike Zunino. Mike fly to center's first time up.
Pretty good swing on a fastball, just missed it, skied it out to center field. But he had the barrel to it. Needed to get another grain or 2 on it.
Swing and a miss. Running fastball. Outside, 2-2. Angels get a 2-run home run by Albert Pujols in the 1st inning. David Freese followed with another. Put them up 3-0. Mariners come back with 4. They pitch down 4 in the 3rd inning with 2 outs. Walk to Cano, Smoke, an RBI single, and then a 3-run homer by Corey Hart. 3-2. Zunino, line drive, base hit. Mike Zunino on the board, 1 out here in the 4th.
You know, actually, if you go back to that 3rd inning, when the Mariners scored the 4 runs, it was a flyout, a strikeout, and then it was another strikeout to Brad Miller, but the ball ends up getting away from the catcher. You take a look at the swing by Mike Zunino. Hit the fastball down and hits it hard in the left field. Brad alertly ran to first and was able to reach base, and that's what kept the inning going so that the Mariners could do their damage. So they get a break, and they took advantage of it.
Here's Almonte, struck out swinging and looking. It's a pitch for ball 1.
We were talking about Lloyd McClendon comparing Almonte to Ron LaFleur and his power. He has 1 home run, and it was not cheap. The home run that he hit in Oakland was way back into the seats in right field.
He's ahead here, 2-0. Scioscia calling pitches, relaying the sign to Chris Iannetta. 2-0 to Almonte, switch hitter. Foul tipped into Chris's glove, 2-1. Inside for a strike count. He's 2-2.
Almonte thought that pitch was in, but you can see on our EQC tracer right on the inside corner.
One out, one on. That foul back up this way. Brad Miller on deck. 2-2 pitch. Left him away, full count.
Santiago was looking good early in the game, but now he looks like the same pitcher they saw in Anaheim. 80 pitches as he works here in the fourth. He's lost some of it, as not throwing nearly as many strikes.
Foul again by Almonte. People excited to get their baseball back, and they got it here tonight. Close to full house here at Safeco Field. Great to see the ballpark filled up. 3-2 pitch. Almonte to left field and deep. Hamilton going back. He's under it and makes the catch. 2 outs. And Zunino back to first.
Looked like Almonte catches this on the barrel, but he's out in front of it just a little bit. He has to reach for it. A 92-mile-an-hour fastball. That takes some of the power out of that swing as he drives it out to the warning track and left. Bring up Brad Miller. Brad 0 for 1. He walked in the first inning, strikeout, but reach base as the ball ended up getting away from the catcher.
Big break in that third inning for the Mariners.
Brad came into the game hitting an even .250 with a couple of home runs, 5 RBIs.
Ball 1 to Brad. Your best home opener memory from back in your playing days?
Has to be the first one, Dave. The very first one is the best one. We showed it today. 16 Mariners out of the 25 making their first opener with the Mariners here today.
Talked to Danny Farquhar. It was his first home opener. You know, he's been back and forth with multiple organizations. He was pretty stoked.
First thing is work your way through the minor leagues and get to the big leagues, and then eventually make a roster out of spring training and get that first opener.
How about Dominic Leone, just called up a couple of days ago. Not available for the season opener. Gets a run out in the red carpet here today. Not bad for the rookie. 2-1 to Brad Miller. Here's Dominic in Norwich, Connecticut, called up a few days ago. Joe Beimel, back from a couple of Tommy John surgeries. Been with Pittsburgh and LA over the years. Pulled, foul. Oh, baby, not by much.
No, first base umpire Mike Winters having to jump out of the way because it looked like Brad hit it right at him. He thought it was fair. Take a look at our McDonald's Supermo as he rips this right down the line. See if it goes over the bag. It doesn't have to land on the right side of that, or the left side of that foul line. It just has to go over a corner of the base, and Mike Winters right on top of it calls a foul right away.
2 balls and 2 strikes with a man at first. 2 outs. Mariners by a run. They rallied for 4 runs in the home third to take the lead. Strike 3 called. It's the second time Miller strikes out. Santiago drops down. Crossfire on him. Didn't like that call from Mike Malinsky. Mariners lead at 4-3. Mariners as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Good to have you with us, Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew here. And a whole lot of baseball fans here. Close to full house at Safeco Field. The Penn and Edgars doing some big-time business. Standing room only. Looks like 15, 20 deep out there. As we come to you from the A and Safeco Field up there. James Paxton has done some fine work after a rough first inning. Here's a slow roller charged by Cano. Could be tough. Scoop of the glove. Got him. Gets Raul Ibanez, who is busting it down the line. An all-star play by Cano.
Well, a couple of things on this play. First, the Mariners have the shift on it, so Cano actually comes in from the outfield grass. He is out in right field. He comes in as Raul busts it down the line, and the glove, he flips it to Smoke. And they just get Ibanez, but right as soon as that ball was hit, Cano came flying in a full sprint because of how deep he was. It made the only play he had, and that was to flip it with his glove, and it was right there for Smoke.
Here's Iannetta, looks at ball one. Iannetta fouled out to Smoke back in the 2nd inning.
James Paxton efficient again, even after a rough first inning. He has settled down. Just 51 pitches, 35 of those strikes, working here in the 5th inning.
Seager hangs with him, throws him out. Nice play.
That'll bring in a smile right there.
Take a look at our Columbia Bank difference of the game.
This is ripped down the 3rd. I thought they were going to show that play again, but we're going to take a look at Paxton striking out a bunch of the Angels as he has settled down.
He has done a wonderful job after the rough first inning, giving up 3 runs and 3 hits. He's held the Angels hitless since then, and with that out, the fine play by Seager. He's retired 13 consecutive Angels.
For Kyle, you're taught to catch the ball out in front, but sometimes they hit it so hard down there, all you could do is put a glove down. He caught it right back on his heels. It was a good play.
Oh, it's hit hard. Hot corner, baby.
That's it. Sometimes you just catch it any way that you can. Good play by Kyle.
2 outs, nobody on. Paxton on a roll. 13 consecutive retired. 2-0. It's 3-0 to Ibar, batting in the 9-hole. Cole Calhoun on deck. Back with the strike. Mariners were down 3-0 after half inning. Took a lot of starts out of the crowd, but they sprayed him back to life in the 3rd. Corey Hart with a 3-run homer after Smoke drove in a run. Right field coming on Romero. Yes, sir. Nice play. 14 in a row retired by James Paxton. And another fine play defensively made by the Mariners. Big tip of the cap to the rookie out of Oregon State. Stephen Romero retires his side in the top of the 5th. 4-3 Mariners. Big crowd here at Safeco Field watching Robinson Cano lead off the home fifth. Cano smoking hard against Hector Santiago. Cano tonight bounced into a double play, walked and scored. Cano swinging a pretty good bat in the early stages of the season. A 6-game hitting streak, 14 counting his finish to the 13 season. 1-1. Breaking ball hit down to Howie Kendrick. One out.
Santiago now with 90 pitches. That really made him work. He started off great, and then he started to struggle again. Yeah, then we've talked a lot about the hitting with runners in scoring position, the 2-out RBIs. Mariners getting their share of walks, too. Even though they've been aggressive at the plate, they're being aggressive in the strike zone. That's a great sign as the season will move forward.
Smoke a fly to right, and an RBI single in the third. It was after the Cano walk. Good venue, good viewing place. The Hit It Here Cafe. Mike Carp hit a home run up there a couple of years ago. What did Rick say? I didn't somebody's soup.
Yeah.
One. Is there not a team in the league that doesn't make him jackknife out of the way at least 5 times?
Constantly pitch him in, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, he's a big man. They don't want him to get his arms extended.
Like
Something like that.
To the gap. One hop against the fence. And this is all right-handed, boys and girls. Justin Smoke, a revelation in the month of April. What a start. Big Smokey's third double.
He really struggled from the right side of the plate last year, his natural side, but he's not missing too many fastballs here early on. Again, they're trying to go inside. Another pitch that was left out over the plate, and he takes advantage of it. Just good hitting by Smoke.
Well, Mike Scioscia's seen enough of Hector Santiago. Second time the Mariners have chased him. Mariners lead 4-3. 1 out in the 5th with a man on. When we come back, Corey Hart against Michael Cone.
At 4-3. Hi, everybody. Angie Mentink here with you, and we've asked you to say cheese and then send us your photos as you cheer on the Mariners. It's our AT&T fan photos of the game, and we've received a few. First, we have Josh showing his Mariner pride. Look, this is pretty cool. He's getting to watch the game with Griffey there and Felix as well. And next we've got Juan Fernando holding a Mike Zunino autographed baseball card. I would hang on to that. I have a feeling, Juan, that it's going to be worth something. And finally, this photo came from Rick. He shot a fan wearing this Edgar Martinez photo. Tweet your photos to #MarinersFanPhoto for a chance to be shown on a future broadcast. You could never go wrong, even today, buying an Edgar Martinez jersey. There's just some that never go out of style. Gentlemen?
All right, Angie, thank you very much. One out, one on. Corey Hart against Michael Cone. Sweeping breaking ball, that misses. Ball 1. Corey Hart struck out his first time up. 0-2 pitch, a 3-run homer in the third, gave the Mariners the lead.
Justin Smoak with a double. Mariners in tonight's game 2 for 4 with runners in scoring position. One of those hits the 3-run homer by Hart. 414 feet. Take a look at the numbers by Cone. ERA at 6, again early in the season, just 3 innings pitched for him. He has 6 strikeouts over the 3 innings, but 3 walks to go along with it. He's given up a home run.
Corey ahead 2-0. Got all of that one. Let it travel.
Souvenir.
.30. That's strike 1. Field, that'll be handled by Hamilton, getting back to second, and then Hamilton drops.
They're calling it a catch.
Third base umpire Seth Buckminster demonstrative call at third. So 2 outs.
It's a great job by the umpire to make the out call right away. As you take a look at Hamilton, they're saying it was on the transfer that he dropped it, which is true. You can see he clearly has it right there on the transfer. It's a drop. So that is a catch. Lloyd McClendon going to come out and talk to the umpires about it. Looks like they're going to get together. We saw a similar play in Oakland. Lloyd McClendon going to have a conversation, see if they'll take a look at it. It is reviewable. Mike Winters, the crew chief.
Let's take another look.
I think it is a catch. He has control of it right there as he starts to make the transfer. The ball comes out. Seth Buckminster, the third base umpire. The thing that I like is he let Justin Smoak know right away that it was an out and a catch because Justin wasn't sure what to do in that situation, and by telling him it was a catch, he was able to get back to second base without a problem. Was it Donaldson? Josh Donaldson with the A's was upset because he didn't know what to do.
Exactly.
There was, yeah.
That was where this play was totally different because Donaldson said, "Just let me know."
Let him know.
There was nothing, and he was in no man's land.
I believe it was Almonte, right? He went over. Yeah. It was the same thing. It looked like a catch. In fact, he took a full step and then it came out. But they said it was a no catch. And this right here, the umpire rules it a catch, and he said that it was on the transfer that he dropped it. And it looks to me that he clearly has control of it right there. So I don't think we're going to see a change here.
Checking back with in New York City, MLB headquarters.
And it is the Mariners' home opener, so they get to try out all the new equipment here in the ballpark.
Take a look at the general rules for a replay in 2014. One challenge a game, +1 if the first one's correct. Crew chief can initiate. 3 outcomes confirmed, stands or overturned. Replay official in New York watching 12 live feeds. Runners placed on replay official's judgment, and home run and collision reviews initiated by the crew chief.
There's another look. You can see the glove. It closes on the baseball. He has control of it.
I thought this would be pretty academic, to be honest with you. I like your call on that, you know.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, and it looks like they're finally going to get a decision.
Wow, now they're saying we're told it's going to be overturned. It's going to be first and second for the runners. How about that?
Wow, now Mike Scioscia is going to come out. No, that will be, I would assume, an error.
Yeah, it has to be, sure. Surprised they went that way.
I am too. So was Mike Scioscia, apparently.
Yeah, he was stunned. So time of the review, 2 minutes and 51 seconds, and that's an E7.
Here's Smoke, the base runner, sees the fly ball, thinks it's over his head, realizes it's not going to be. He waits. It looks like a catch to him, and now right then he sees the ball come out. And he took, 3 steps back towards the bag, assuming it was a catch. And then the ball came out and Smoke wasn't, but he turned right around and looked at the third base umpire, who was giving the out call right away.
Lloyd, I'm betting, is saying give him at third.
He wants Smoke on third base. Absolutely. Right now. He's saying that because of the call, Smoke was on his way to third, which it looked like he was. So he'd much rather, with 1 out, have a first and third situation.
Absolutely. Not going to get it, but he's got 2 on, 1 out for Kyle Seager. A little bit over 3 minutes for that to get settled. See if they can take advantage of this break. I thought for sure that was going to be a catch.
Well, they overturn it, so Lloyd still has a challenge if he wants to use it.
Seager will walk at a double.
Kyle doubled down in the right field corner.
Pitch by Cone. Strike 1. Smoke at second. Corey Hart at first. Not members of the Mariners relay team. String again. Another opportunity to score here for the Mariners. 1 out, 2 on. 4-3 lead. They just put up the error, the E7. And allowed Hart to reach first base.
Well, the Mariners in that 4th inning when they scored the 4 runs. Again, 2 outs. And Brad Miller ends up striking out, but the ball gets past the catcher. Brad runs to first, reaches first, and that's when the Mariners were able to score a bunch of runs after that. So they took advantage of a break. And here's another one.
1-2 to Seager. 2-2. A lot of big innings against the Angels so far. This is impressive. Here is what the Mariners have done. 4th game of the 19 on the season. 2-2. Soft again and missed. Full count. Stephan Romero on deck. Three-2 to Seager. And he takes for ball 4. They're loaded up.
Good at bat from Kyle Seager. Behind in the count right away on 2 swing and misses to work it all the way back to a full count and eventually get the walk, and another walk for the Mariners in this game. That's their 4th walk in the game. Great opportunity for Stephan Romero with the bases loaded now and 1 out. Stephan's already made a couple of fine catches in right field tonight. Came into the game hitting .286. Again, just his 3rd start on the season.
Hit by a pitch, fouled out to the first baseman. He can do some damage here. Swung the bat very effectively second half of spring training after starting out 0 for 16. First pitch to Stephan. Ball 1. Spring training numbers, 304 batting average with 4 home runs and 13 runs batted in 24 games. Salas warming up quickly. And a big hack by Romero, swing and a miss, 1-1. Hamilton's error. His error would have been the second out. It has helped to load the bases for the Mariners. 1-1 here to Romero. Popped it up. Infield fly roll in effect. High bar with the catch. 2 outs. Buy early and save. There are more value options than ever before for all Mariners games here at Safeco Field this season. To get the best ticket prices, make plans to buy early and save when you get tickets at the Safeco Field box office, any Mariners team store, or Mariners.com. Brings up Dustin Ackley. Opportunity for him. Strike out and a foul out to the catcher. Fly ball left field. Hamilton will squeeze this with one hand, and that'll do it for the Mariners. They leave them loaded, no runs on a hit, an error. They leave 3, but the Mariners lead by 1. Paxton on a roll has retired 14 consecutive Angels as we take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. 2-game series, wrap it up tomorrow with the Angels. A day off on Thursday. A's come to town, and then it's back on the road for Texas and Miami. And as they start to build momentum in this season. This is opening night here at Safeco Field. Delighted to have you with us. Roof closed this place up about 4 o'clock, 4:30, I think it was. Fans got a little wet coming in, but they are here and enjoying this show. Swinging a miss by Cole Calhoun. He's 0 for 2, and Paxton with 4 strikeouts, hasn't walked anybody. Gave up 3 runs on 3 hits in the first inning, and since then he has been on a roll. Back up the middle, base hit. Calhoun with a leadoff single to center. Ends a run of 14 consecutive hitters retired.
This looks like the cut fastball again, 89 miles an hour up and in the middle of the plate. James again efficient with his pitches. Working here in the 6th inning. This next pitch will be 60 for him. 59 pitches, 40 strikes.
Mike Trout, the hitter. Mike tonight is a single to right, a run scored, and a ground out to second. Yorvis Medina heating up for the Mariners.
Well, here comes Lloyd McClendon, and I wonder if something's wrong with Paxton.
Oh,
I was surprised to see Medina up now that he's only at 60 pitches, but if he's having an issue.
I certainly don't need to see this with Iwakuma working his way back. Taijuan Walker working his way back. Hopefully
he's pointing at his tricep.
That's not good. That'll do it. I'll bring in Medina. Rob Nodine, assistant head athletic trainer. So Paxton will have to leave after throwing a pitch to Mike Trout. Didn't like what he was feeling and take his leave. But what a performance by him, and leaves with a 4-3 lead. On Root Sports, being brought to you by BNSF Railway, the engine that connects us. By Jack in the Box. Try the new Bacon Insider Jack in the Box. It's got bacon mixed right into the patty at participating restaurants. By CenturyLink, your link to what's next. And by Pizza Hut. Make it great. Great crowd here on opening night, Safeco Field. Party atmosphere, you gotta love it. There's the Hall of Famer, the great statue out in right center field on the concourse of our dearly departed Dave Niehaus, voice of the Mariners. James Paxton had to take an early leave, and he was pitching so well. Hopefully he's okay.
5+ innings for Paxton. Gave up just the 4 hits, 3 runs with 3 hits in a row in the first inning. A couple of home runs, but after that he settled down. Didn't walk anybody again. 4 strikeouts, 60 pitches, 40 of those pitches for strikes. So hopefully he is all right. I thought he looked, when the guys were walking out to him, he was pointing to his tricep. We'll take a look at the last pitch that he threw. And that brought Lloyd McClendon. Looking into the dugout, and that's when he's going to come out. Lloyd McClendon
Must have
the
seen
training
something.
staff. Yeah, absolutely.
They saw something and
Rob
hollered to Mike. Yep.
So Medina will get as many pitches as he needs coming out of the pen. See what he's done this year. This will be his 4th appearance. 2 2/3, 4 strikeouts, couple of walks. He's given up 1 home run. Opponent's hitting just 200 off of Medina.
You hope that Paxton's fine.
Hey.
If he has to miss a start, Chris Young is out there. He's available. He's the long man right
If
now.
it's a tricep, hopefully they were able to catch it quick enough because, as you know, Iwakuma and Walker probably a month away from being here. Certainly don't want to lose Paxton.
No.
So hopefully they were able to catch it soon enough.
Chris Young made his Mariner debut in relief a couple of days ago. Did a nice job in 2 innings.
So Medina will take over, runner at first. That is Calhoun. He had a leadoff base hit, and Trout will step in with a 1-0 count.
Medina pitched on Sunday, an inning, a hit, a run, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. A 1-0 count to Trout. Good lead by Calhoun, first base. Trout takes a strike, 1-1.
Medina, good fastball, low to mid 90s. That first fastball at 93 miles an hour. Also throws a hard slider.
Ball with 2 strikes to Trout. Base hit to right and the ground out to second. Back-to-back years runner-up. MVP balloting Mike Trout to Miguel Cabrera.
Off of Paxton, Trout hit the ball to the right side of the infield a couple of times, picked up a base hit, and the other one was a ground out to Cano. It's a good sized hole on the right side of the infield now with Calhoun at first, and looks like Cano playing more up the middle.
Medina keeping Calhoun close. That hit by Calhoun, the first Angels hit since the David Freese home run in the first inning. Calhoun in limited service in the big leagues has just 4 stolen bases. I'm told that is a sellout here tonight, 45,661. Dino keeps it in front, 2-2. Angels broke on top of the first. With 1 out, 1 on, a 2-run homer by Albert Pujols. Freese followed with another home run. Mariners scored bottom of the 3rd inning. As Mike talked about, Brad Miller reached on a strikeout wild pitch. It would have been the 3rd out. Then he got a walk, a RBI single, and a 3-run homer. As Trout swings through and a nasty breaking ball from Medina. 1 out.
In a dangerous area. He leads his pitch inside. Maybe it's a little backup. Yeah, didn't have quite the bite that you would normally see, and Trout swings through it. So after a couple of fastballs, here's the breaking ball. Trout trying to pull his hands back inside and get the barrel to it. Wasn't able to. Big strikeout for Medina.
Same kind of pitch or similar pitch to what he hit out against Felix down in Anaheim. There's Albert Pujols, 2-run homer and a ground out to 3rd.
Medina can get him to hit it on the ground. He's a double play candidate. Even though he's healthy, he still doesn't run well. Grounded out to Kyle Seager. Was a diving play by Seager down the line. Was able to throw him out his last time up back in the 3rd inning.
That is foul. Four runs on 5 hits, no errors by the Mariners. They have left 7 men on through 5 innings. 3 runs, 4 hits, and an error for the Angels. They have not stranded anybody, largely because Paxton, after the big first inning, retired 14 consecutive hitters. Oh, 2. To the Pujols.
He tried the same pitch. Missed with it just down. It was on the plate, but down.
Let's call is here. 1-2, 1 out. Calhoun. Pretty good speed at first. One, 2. Went with an off-speed pitch again. Gary DiSarcino, third base coach, handles it.
Going with the curveball tonight. Those signs that you're seeing from Lloyd McClendon, they are not. He's not calling pitches right now. It's because of the runner at first. He's letting Medina know as he wanted to step off, throw over, pitch out. That's what those signs are for.
Good hitter like Pujols. He's probably not going to go, right?
Probably not. But I think, too, you and I have both heard Lloyd a number of times in spring training talking about the pitchers working hard to keep the runners close to give Zunino and Buck an opportunity to throw them out. And that's exactly what Medina is doing right now. But I would agree. I'd be surprised if he ran.
2-2.
That may change if it gets to a 3-2 count because Socha will want to stay out of the double play, so start the runner.
James Paxton had to leave. Felt something unusual in his arm, and now Medina working to his second hitter. 2-2. Spikes that. And Zunino has to retrieve it. Wild pitch. It's Calhoun at second base, tying run.
And take a look at it. As a catcher, you don't expect a major league pitcher to throw a fastball in the dirt, especially that far out in front of you. 93 miles an hour. Not much of an opportunity to block it. You expect him to be in the area with this fastball. As soon as we hear something on Paxton, we'll let you know. David Freese waiting on deck.
Full count to Pujols. 2-run homer on his record so far. Now he walks. Medina hit some hot water here. First and second, 1 out. He's got David Freese, a home run and a strikeout tonight. Mariners took a third-inning lead. A 3-run homer by Corey Hart. Second homer of the season. Dana not sharp tonight.
Saw Cano go to the mound before Freese stepped in, and now after a couple of balls, Zunino runs out to the mound quickly, and that'll bring out Rick Waits, the pitching coach. He's going to go out and have a conversation with Medina. Medina throwing a two-seam fastball. He's trying to keep it down to get the ground ball. The ground ball hopefully will turn into a double play and get him off the field, but he's missing with it. Let's see Cano. Getting some action out in the bullpen. Guys moving around out there. And Danny Farquhar.
Mariners won the first 3 games of the season at Anaheim. Right now Medina trying to work his way out of a jam. 1 out, 2 on. Freese will be followed by Hamilton. Two balls, 1 strike. The 2-1. Slow roller. Go around the horn. Nice and easy. 5-4-3 double dip. Needed it. Got it. To get out of a 2-1 situation with the around the horn double play for 3 Mariners. Mariners Tuesday Night Baseball on Root Sports is presented by T-Mobile. Get a look at happenings earlier today as we get ready for the home opener. The roof was open during Angels batting practice, and then they closed it down. And right now the Mariners lead at 4-3 as we get ready to play the home 6th. And there's the red carpet. Everybody navigated the red carpet, Mike, no problems.
Happy to see it.
Your worst nightmare.
I was looking at a lot of the different techniques running on the carpet today. High knees for a lot of them. I like to see that.
Those recommendations you posted the other day, they adhered to them.
Mike Zunino will lead off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Zunino 1 for 2. Had a base hit line drive into left field his last time up.
Right-hander Fernando Salas takes over, 6'2", 210, out of Sonora, Mexico, 28 years old. Zunino ahead 2-0.
For Salas on the year's 4th appearance, 2 2/3, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, giving up a home run. Opponent's average 385 against him.
To right field, easy play. Cole Calhoun.
Danny Farquhar continues to throw in the Mariner pen.
Top of the order, now Monte. Danny Farquhar continues.
Looks like Lloyd has his bullpen set up to where Medina pitched a little bit earlier. Danny pitched the 7th, and Tom Wilhelmsen for the 8th, and then of course Fernando Rodney for the 9th inning, and Charlie Furbush for that tough lefty somewhere in the mix.
Almonte strikeout, swinging, looking, and a fly to left. And at third is Freeze. This one's fouled back 1-1. Strike to the outside corner, 1-2.
AQC Tracer shows that pitch just off the plate away.
Down low.
Mariners had a great opportunity last inning in the 5th, bottom of the 5th inning. Bases loaded with just 1 out. They weren't able to score. In the game, they are 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position.
Salas coming over from the Cardinals to the Angels this season. Came over with David Freese and Peter Borges deal. 2-2 here to Almonte. Swing and a miss. So Almonte is keyed for the 3rd time. Here's Angie Mente.
Guys, it is Twitter Tuesday, and in our second question of the night, we asked you which team Hank Aaron hit his 755th and final Major League home run against. And the answer was the California Angels. And our beloved Dave Niehaus was the radio voice for the Angels back in 1976. So many people replied to this that California Angels was actually trending in Seattle, as was Dave Niehaus. Coming up, we will have our 3rd Twitter Tuesday question of the night. And by the way, for those who won, or for the person who won and knew that it was the California Angels, they win an autographed Felix Hernandez ball, guys. So they make sure they tune in tomorrow to find out if they were the winner. Back to you.
All right, Angie, thank you. A left lat strain is what we're being told regarding the exit of James Paxton.
I'll take it. You start thinking arm. I want to stay away from the arm. So lat strain.
Oh,
yeah. Do some therapy on him. Hopefully it's nothing too serious.
2-0 to Brad Miller. One back is Ibar coming in. Hamilton will take control. And that'll do it for the Mariners. They go 1-2-3 in the 6th. We've got a 4-3 lead here at opening night. Sellout crowd, 45,661. It's not too early to start thinking about a group summer outing here at Safeco Field. Tickets as low as $8. It's fun and affordable to spend time at the old ballpark with your closest friends, family, co-workers, and more. To book your group event, log on to Mariners.com/group. Michael Saunders takes over in right field for Stephen Romero. And he's become the staple as a late-game defensive replacement. And Danny Farquhar getting a chance to pitch in the home opener here in the 7th inning against Hamilton, Kendrick, and Ibanez.
His 3rd appearance on the year. Hasn't given up an earned run yet. Danny, the second half of the season, the closer for the club. Now he's going to pitch in the 7th inning. Good fastball, 95, 96 miles an hour. Throws a cutter up there at about 90, 91, and a hard curveball.
He will work quickly and come right after you.
Good 12-6 curveball for Danny.
There's Hamilton, fly to left, and a strikeout. Strike one.
Charlie Furbush getting loose in the pen.
Miller surrounds and throws and gets a diving Hamilton. Boy, you're asking for shoulder, elbow, wrist, finger problems diving into first and getting spiked.
Yeah, and you hate to see that. He's off to a good start. Came into the game hitting .500 with a couple of home runs, but a good play by Brad Miller, and he's airborne going into first.
Didn't put Puig hurt himself. Yasiel Puig hurt himself diving into first last week. Kendrick shows bunt, strike one.
I don't think you'll find a coach that recommends that.
That would be unanimous.
Yeah.
Danny Farquhar coming over to the Mariners back in July of 2012. That was part of the Ichiro trade. Spent the rest of that season in Tacoma last year. Big ball club, 46 games he performed in. There's Cano. 2 outs. Charlie Furbush getting ready. Danny out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, went to school at the University of Louisiana Lafayette. Was with Danny in the Mariners caravan this past January as Raul Ibanez steps in. Said he got a heck of an offer to play baseball at Vanderbilt. Rich kid school. I don't want to go. I says, as good a time as he had at Louisiana Lafayette, should have gone to Vanderbilt. Their program, David Price and all those guys, they've had a good run down there the last few years. Dozen years or so.
Yeah.
1-1 to Raul.
Sonny Gray, who the Mariners faced on Sunday in Vanderbilt.
1-2 day for Raul. A ground out the first and a ground out the second. At 5th inning, 3 really good defensive plays by the Mariners. Check down to Seth Buckminster, didn't go.
The Mariners have the shift on again with Raul hitting. Kyle Seager, the third baseman, playing over on the second base side of the diamond. Cano out on the outfield grass.
Inside to Raul. Great time call. And he walks Raul. A 2-out walk here in the 7th. Tying runs aboard. Get on base with incredible savings and freedom of riding Sound Transit. To plan your next trip, visit soundtransit.org. 2 outs, man aboard for Chris Iannetta. Quick one to Chris. 0 for 2. Farquhar last year converted 16 of 18 save opportunities in the last 2 months of the season. Skies this one a short right field, going back Cano. And he's there for the out. So a good inning for Danny Farquhar. Didn't want to mess around with Raul Ibanez. Strands him at first. We go to our first 7th inning stretch at Safeco Field. 4-3 Mariners. Washington's lottery and the Department of Imagination. What would you do if you won? Earlier today, all kinds of clouds and rain moving through the area, but the beauty of Safeco Field, hit a button, roof closes, and we play ball. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crew. Opening day finally here in Seattle. Mariners got off to a shaky start. You had a jacked up crowd, 45,661. James Paxton gives up a 3-spot in the first inning. Mariners in the home third rally. They get a break when Brad Miller would have been out on a strikeout, but it was a strikeout wild pitch. Mariners come up with an RBI single by Smoke and a 3-run homer by Corey Hart. And that's the difference right now. Endo Salas still in there. Robinson Cano leads off in the 7th. Cano, Smoke, and Hart 3, 4, and 5 for the Mariners. Cano's bounced into a double play. Walked and scored and grounded out the second.
Trying to extend his hitting streak to 7 games. He's in all 6 games so far.
Pitch running away, 1-1. Randy. 2-1. Sweeping the Angels to open the season. They'll lose 2 out of 3 in Oakland. Mariners outscoring the Angels 26-8 in Anaheim. Cano bouncing ball to the first baseman Pujols, flips Salas, 1 down. Here's Angie Mente.
Guys, hopefully everyone out there is following us on Twitter, and if not, there's still time. You can win Mariner prizes as well as Root Sports prizes at @rootsports_NW. It is Twitter Tuesday, and our third question of the night is, who will record the final putout in tonight's game? We're looking forward to defender. Of course, it could be the pitcher as well if they get a strikeout. Tweet your question to #RootQ3 for your chance to win a Mariners mini helmet. Guys, back upstairs to you.
All right, Angie, thank you. Here's Justin Smoke. Having a good night. 2 for 3, an RBI, run scored. 2 for 3 hitting right-handed. Michael, a good start for him last year. 260. Yeah, he got that reversed. It was one right-handed. He hit a .192. Good read by the righty.
And the good news, right-handed, he's not just getting hits, but he's driving the ball. He only had 2 home runs hitting right-handed last year. Angels have the shift on. Expecting him to pull the ball. This is his first at-bat hitting left-handed.
A 1-1 count. He's gone. They checked the swing. Mike Malinsky said that was a strike. We'll see you later. 2 outs. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced, retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners.
Bring up Corey Hart. Corey is 1 for 3 tonight. Strikeout, hit the 3-run home run to give the Mariners the lead. Then they reached on an error by the left fielder.
Salas, that was his second strikeout. 1-0 here to Corey. So down to Mike Winters, didn't go. Drives one, center field, well hit. Trout's going to watch it leave the yard. A screaming line drive home run off the bat of Corey Hart. And the Mariners have a 5-3 lead. Blistered that baby straight up the gut.
It is a cool night here at Safeco Field. The roof is on. You don't see many go out to center field, but Corey Hart gets a fastball up out over the plate. Again, a 3-run homer earlier in the game, and then full extension on this one as he drives. This is a line drive, gets on top of a fastball above the belt. Good look from our McDonald Supermo, but he lines this over the center field fence.
Corey Hart providing a lot of pop here tonight for the Mariners. Gave the Mariners the lead back in the third and extends it here. His 15th career multi-home run game. He got it on a 2-0 count.
4 RBIs for Hart in the game.
Very impressive.
Kyle Seager will step in. 1-1 count to Kyle. Kyle tonight, he is 1 for 1. A couple of walks. He had a double back in the 3rd inning. Double down into the right field corner. Kyle having a good night.
Kyle,
not as good as that guy.
Boy, I'll say.
Tom Wilhelmsen getting loose in the Mariner pen. There's Tom.
2-1. Which runs away 3-1. Corey told me he was psyched for opening day. Back to normal schedule, get into the routine of the baseball season. Kids woke him up early. It's all good. Seager's aboard. Big boy home run here.
This is it. Began a fastball 93 miles an hour. Belt high out over the plate. Lines it over the fence. A better look at it. Full extension.
So some Mariner right-handed power, something they were in need of, and it comes through in the person of Corey Hart tonight. A couple home runs and a 5-3 lead. impression as a Mariner in Safeco Field with 4 RBIs and 2 home runs tonight. This season, the Mariners welcome newcomers Robinson Cano, Fernando Rodney, and more, and would like to add you to the team, too, as a Mariners season ticket holder. So enjoy special benefits, including significant savings on tickets, as well as discounts on suites and merchandise. For more info, visit mariners.com/season tickets. All 5 of the Mariner runs have been scored with 2 outs tonight as Nick Morande takes over.
4th appearance for Morande, a 3.86 ERA. 5 strikeouts over the 2 in the 3rd innings that he has pitched. Has not given up a home run. Michael Saunders is going to step in his first at bat. Came on as a defensive replacement for Stephen Romero in the 7th inning.
Saunders at a $1.67 thus far, 2 out of 12. He's got an RBI.
They're scoring with 2 outs. Dave, 26 of their 39 runs have come with 2 outs.
It's a great way to start a season.
It is.
In tight. Saunders. Back.
Good aggressive swing on a 2-0 fastball. Borderline up. Now there you can see it on the EQC tracer right at the top of the strike zone in the middle of the plate.
Saunders a career .217 hitter against left-handed pitching. Career with 15 homers and 47 runs batted in. 2-1. Out front. 2-2, 2 outs, man at first. Seeker back safely. They set, runner breaks. Seager is an easy out. 1-3-6. So Saunders will lead off in the 8th when we get back. Corey Hart's big night at Safeco Field continues, a 5-3 lead for the Mariners. T-Mobile, unleash from the rules of wireless restrictions. It's all about Corey Hart tonight, Mike.
Couple of home runs for Hart, and that's the reason why the Mariners went out and signed him. Jackson Renzick bringing him in there to hit the ball out of the ballpark. 3 home runs on the year. Now leads the club in home runs with 3. Couple of them here tonight. One to left field, a 3-run homer, then this solo home run. Give a little cushion to the Mariners.
Boy, he struck out a lot during spring training, trying to get his eye back, and comes back his first game as a Mariner here in this ballpark. Looked good.
Well, you and I talked about it in spring training. He's the guy you mentioned, averaging 30 home runs for 3 years before he had the knee surgeries and missed basically 18 months.
Ball slapped to left. Here comes Ackley. Plenty of speed. Tracks it down. 1 out.
But he missed 18 months, and it'll take you some time to get your timing back, and he'll probably still kind of go in and out of it. The good news is it sure looks like when he's in it, he's going to hit it hard and hit it a long way.
Again, I agree with you. The second home run to hit a ball like that and hit a straight line in this ballpark, dead center field.
This time of the year.
Yeah. Cole Calhoun as we get back to the top of the order. Calhoun 1 for 3. 6th inning at a single to center field and was stranded there. Second inning of work for Danny Farquhar. Walked a man in the 7th. Pitch there. He's ahead 0-2. Ahead, 0-2 pitch. Bounced up there. Swing and a miss. Farquhar with his first strikeout, 2 outs. Here in the 8th inning. MLB.TV Premium. It's the #1 live streaming sports service celebrating 12 years. Join the millions of subscribers. Watch every out-of-market game live in true HD on over 400 devices. Visit Mariners.com for details. With Mike Trout coming up, Farquhar will take his leave. Did a nice job in an inning and 2/3. Gets a big ovation from the sellout crowd here at Safeco Field. Mariners with a 5-3 lead. Lots to smile about for Lloyd McClendon. His Mariner debut, 5-3 lead. He brings on Tom Wilhelmsen, and Lloyd showing supreme confidence in Tom Wilhelmsen. Strike one to Mike Trout. Lloyd no doubt remembers 8th inning back on Tuesday, April 1st. A big 2-2 pitch, a strikeout of Wilhelmsen of Trout. Trout walked away going, wow, and a drop dead curveball.
I think that he'll probably see that curveball in the next pitch or two here. And again, it looks like Lloyd has his bullpen set up to where it's going to be Medina, then Farquhar, Wilhelmsen, and finally Rodney when he has the lead.
0-2 to Trout.
There it is.
A week ago, Trout just turned and said, wow. Walked back to the dugout, taking a called third strike.
See his numbers against Tom, 0 for 7 with 3 strikeouts.
2-2. 2 out, nobody on here in the 8th. Very hard, feeling real good. Giving in 4 runs, couple homers. 2-2. Fastball got him. Tom Wilhelmsen comes in and strikes out Mike Trout, swinging to end the 8th inning. 5-3 Mariners. Sports being brought to you by Money Tree. Proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. By Vern Fonk Insurance. Bad luck can hit anyone. Insure with the 13th man, Vern Fonk Insurance. And by the Washington State Spring Fair in Puyallup. Come celebrate spring April 10th through the 13th. How about that boost of confidence, Mike, that Lloyd McClendon showing and Tom Wilhelmsen as Saunders got a chance to win this foot race. He does. Leadoff bunt by Saunders gets aboard. That's his 3rd hit of the season.
Well, Michael was hitting in the 7th inning when Kyle Seager was picked off at first. And he decides to go with the bunt, takes it with him towards first base, making Albert Pujols, the first baseman, field it. And then it's just a foot race. I think Saunders would have beat him. Ooh, tough dive. He was caught up on the base.
Oh, goodness.
But a speedy runner for the Mariners to lead off here in the 8th inning. Pujols knew he was going to have to hurry. Tried to barehand it. Only play he had. And that'll be a base hit for Michael.
Fouls it off. But how good must Wilhelmsen feel that 2 outs, Farquhar's pitching well, Lloyd goes goes to get
Brings
him
him in.
against Trout.
One of the best hitters in the American League. Strikes him out again.
And that time with a fastball, get him with the hook last time. 1-1. Ackley to left field. Right to Hamilton. 1 out. Let's check out our Subway in-game box score. A lot of good stuff there, Mike.
Yeah, Justin Smoke having a good night. A couple of base hits, including a double and RBI. But the hitting hero tonight, the DH, Corey Hart. 2 home runs. He's driven in 4 runs tonight.
So another trip to the mound for Mike Scioscia. Comes to get Nick Miranda. Mariners lead it 5-3.
Inning Mariners lead at 5-3. Meantime, Texas facing Boston at Fenway Park. And a solid day for 2 of the Rangers' new additions. In the 4th inning, Prince Fielder singles in Shin-Soo Choo to give Texas a 6-run lead. Both Choo and Fielder finished the night with a couple of hits. Texas wins 10-7. Hi, everyone. Angie Mentink here at the Ford Sports Desk. Coming up on the post-game show, what a night by Corey Hart. We'll make sure that we speak with him. Also, we'll get the latest on James Paxton from the skipper, Lloyd McClendon, and it's Felix's birthday party. So what did the guys get him? We'll let you know. It's all coming up here on the post-game show. Guys?
All right, sounds good, Angie. Thank you very much. Kevin Jepson, born in Anaheim, went to high school in Reno, Nevada, takes over.
He has struggled so far this year. ERA at 27. Opponents average 375 and has given up a home run.
First hitters Mike Zunino with Saunders at first and 1 out.
It should help Saunders if he wants to steal Michael Capable, but they take the left-hander out to bring in the righty. Right-hander's a power pitcher, so if I can get a decent jump, he should be able to steal it.
Mike Zunino got a base hit tonight, 1 for 3. Corey Hart, a big night, a 3-run homer and a solo blast. Big part of the Mariner offense. The other RBI by Justin Smoke. Fernando Rodney. Mike Rojas, the bullpen coach on his left, but Fernando getting ready to make his first Safeco Field appearance as a Mariner. An opportunity to close this game out. Trying to make it 4-0 against the Angels. Zunino with a base hit. His second, not tonight. So one out and a couple on for the Mariners and get you back to the top of the order. And Abraham Almonte.
And Mike Zunino having a good night. He's now 2 for 4 with this solid base hit in the left field. A couple of line drives in the left field tonight.
Almonte, a strikeout, swinging, looking, fly to left, and a strikeout, swinging. Drives one to right center field. Long run by Calhoun and Trout, and it's Trout who makes the catch. Two outs.
Puts a good swing on it, but a lot of speed in the Angel outfield with Calhoun and Trout. Good concentration by Trout as Calhoun comes flying by. You can see him. That's Calhoun calling it. Trout takes it. The Mariners tonight 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position. As you take a look at our McDonald's Supermo and the catch by Trout. Bring up Brad Miller. Brad looking for his first hit tonight. He's 0 for 3. He's scored a run.
Boy, his strikeout wild pitch. How big was that back in the third? Kept the inning alive. That would have been the third out. Swing and a miss. Cano followed with a 4-pitch walk. Smoke an RBI single. Hart a 3-run homer. One to Brad. 2 on, 2 out. Check now. 0-2 to Kevin Jepsen. Big sellout crowd here at Safeco Field. 45,661. Breeze starting to come in from left field foul pole. These fans enjoying this Mariner 2-run lead. James Paxton had to leave the game with a lat strain. 1-0 count to Mike Trout in the 6th inning. Since then, Medina, Farquhar, and Wilhelmsen have continued to hold the Angels at bay. Here's an 0-2 pitch. And they went chased. Mariners leave 2. And we go to the top of the 9th. Mendo Rodney will take over. 5-3 Mariners looking to shut it down. 3, and Fernando Rodney making his Mariners home debut. Opportunity to pick up a save here.
Picked up a save on the road trip, so he's 1 for 1 in that category. In an inning and 2/3, he has 3 strikeouts, has not walked a batter. Opponent's hitting 200 off of Rodney. His fastball, well, in his last outing, he was 95 miles an hour with a great changeup. His changeup is in 80 to 82 mile an hour range. He will get the middle of the lineup. It'll be Pujols, Freese, and Hamilton due up.
Fernando is the 5th Mariner pitcher here tonight. James Paxton, Rocky first inning, then retired 14 in a row, had to leave in the 6th. Medina scoreless inning. Farquhar scoreless inning and 2/3. Wilhelmsen got a strikeout for his 3rd of an inning.
Outside of a couple of home runs for the Angels in the first, the Mariners pitching has done an excellent job tonight. Runners in scoring position for the Angels, 0 for 1. They've only left 2 runners on, so they have had nothing going offensively after the first.
Mariners have left 9 on. First pitch to Pujols. Ball 1. Rodney, one of the premier closers the last few years, is behind 2-0. 37 saves last year for Tampa Bay. So you look at the line score. Big first inning for the Angels. Took the air out of the crowd early, but the Mariners got it right back. Corey Hart and Smoke with a big 3rd inning. Hart with a 3-run homer, and then Hart with a home run in the 7th. And now Rodney's behind 3-0. 37 saves last year, 48 the year before with Tampa Bay. Rodney spent the 2010 and 11 seasons as a setup man with these Angels. There's a strike. Corey Hart, your hitting hero tonight, 2 home runs. It's 15th career multi-home run game. Pitch to Albert. And he lost it. That'll bring the tying run to the plate.
David Freese tonight. He is 1 for 3. He had a solo home run in the first, a strikeout swinging, then hit into a double play. But here's his home run, dead center field in the first inning as Almonte goes back and watches it fly over the fence.
Strike 1. James Paxton in line for the win, going 5+ before having to leave. Injury move, that didn't miss by much. 1-1. Rodney didn't like it.
First changeup from Rodney at 82 miles an hour, just off the plate away.
One. 1-2 strikes. As a hitter, and you watch Rodney, I mean, all of a sudden he's standing there. Next thing you know, hardly any motion, and he's on top of you with that pitch.
Yeah, smooth motion, a little bit of a slide step, and the ball jumps on you. But also in the back of your mind, everybody knows he has the great changeup, so his fastball is going to be even better because you have that changeup in the back of your mind.
1-2.
Right there is the changeup at 83 miles an hour.
And Stewart on deck.
Or something happened to Hamilton.
Must have.
He's been their hottest hitter. Hamilton has been. Wonder if maybe
Hamilton on the night. Let's see.
When he dove into first, I wonder if he did something. That was his last at bat when he grounded out to short.
I'll put my chip on that number.
Yeah.
Almost hit him. Not sharp tonight. 3-2. Pujols walked in a 3-1 pitch. Rodney 3-2 here to Freeze. Time called. Three and two. Walked and tying runs aboard.
He misses down with a fastball. So Rodney, 11 pitches, just 3 strikes so far.
Lloyd coming out to talk to him. And Stewart.
Calgill is going to pinch run for Freeze.
Two-run cushion for the Mariners, and Fernando Rodney, the closer's pitched himself into a jam here. First and second, nobody out. Calgill, the runner at first, and there's a strike.
Able to get his changeup over. It's been his fastball command that's been a problem for him. Mariners play Stewart straight up in the outfield.
238 career pinch hitter. 1-1. Rodney just a couple of years ago with Tampa Bay, 2-2 record. How about this ERA? 0.60 in 76 games. Strong second half last year. 1-1. Swing and a miss.
Just a good fastball, 95 miles an hour, right down the middle of the plate. Take a look at the swing by Stewart as this fastball's thrown by him.
Trying to get that all-important first out. One and two. Struck him out. And Rodney, his first Mariners strikeout. It's a biggie. One down with 2 on.
Well, he didn't hold back this fastball. Just take a look at our McDonald's Supermo. 97 miles an hour at the top of the strike zone and throws it right by Stewart.
Like a little anger and frustration mixed in.
Well, I think the thing that the fans of Seattle are going to notice with Rodney, he's not out there trying to nibble off the corners. He's going right after people.
Howie Kendrick. Howie tonight 0 for 3. Tough hitter and Howie Kendrick. An arm motion, and then the changeup behind is devastating. Really
well, again, that last pitch, 95 miles an hour, and you have that changeup in the back of your mind because you have to. That's his out pitch. That's what he will go to, and he will throw it at any time. So to try to speed up and get on his fastball is just difficult.
See Felix on Friday against the A's. 28th birthday for Felix. 1-1. Swing and a miss in 85. On 2 strikes.
Take a look at the changeup. 85 miles an hour after a 95 mile an hour fastball. Good movement on his changeup. You see this pitch really run in on Howie Kendrick and how far out in front. That's a great look for our McDonald's Supermo. How out in front he is on the changeup.
One and two to Howie Kendrick. Got him! Struck him out. 2 outs. So Rodney has rallied after walking the first two. 2 strikeouts swinging.
Well, he gets a strikeout on the changeup. Back-to-back changeups. Well, bring up former Mariner Raul Ibanez. Ibanez 0 for 2 tonight. He walked in the 7th inning.
And that pitch, inside corner, strike 1. Rodney's first strikeouts as a Mariner at Safeco Field. Very important here to get it to 2 outs in the 9th. And this will do it. Mariners win the home opener. James Paxton the winner, the save to Rodney. As the Mariners go up 4-0 against the Angels in the season series, a team that has tormented them the last 8 years winning the season series. Mariners won it 5-3. And how about your hitting stars? They had Corey Hart with a couple of home runs. Smoke drove in a run. Good night overall. 2 hours, 55 minutes in front of a sellout crowd.
Paxton improves to 2-0. Hopefully we'll get some good news on James. Had to leave the game with a strained lat pull, so hopefully it isn't anything serious, and he'll be back in the rotation soon. But Corey Hart, the hitting star tonight, drives in 4 runs with a couple of home runs. Now leads the club in home runs with 3. But a good win for the Mariners, playing in their own division again against the West. A lot of those games here in the first month of the season. Good to be home.
Yes, indeed. Your first place Mariners go to 5-2. The Angels drop to 3-5. We continue our Mariner programming. Here's Brad Adam, Bill Kruger, Dave Valley. Boys, it's all yours.
All right, gentlemen, thanks a lot. Yes, it is good to be home. Even